Today we're going to be talking about Forj and its RedStone blueprint. We're going to be showing you how the continuous integration and continuous deploy methods within RedStone work. I'm going to be showing you a sample application called our PetVet application that will be publishing with Forj to an APAS HP Cloud account. So let me get started. First, I go to the Maestro user interface that we use for showing our blueprints of Forj. We're going to start with the Garrett code review tool that's provided to us by Google, just like they do on the OpenStack project. We're logged in here. Let's make sure that I can see the projects. I see that there's a PetVet application now, and we've also made some preset up here, and I've committed a change called Let's Make a Winlock Again. This change applies a change to one of the configuration files of the PetVet application. In this change, I changed the catalog title of the PetVet application from catalog to winlock. I want to undo this change. Garrett has a very good undo capability for individual changes or commits that are made to Garrett. We'll revert this change. Remove winlock request, and we'll try and get over to Garrett. All open. And there's the new request, remove winlock. It's not yet been verified, but as soon as I save that change, a new event occurred, and Zool, which is another component of RedStone that manages our pipelines, detected that an event occurred. Zool will automatically talk to a component called Gearman, and Gearman will schedule that automated build job to occur on the Jenkins server that was set up by the Puppet manifest that the blueprint described. So the console output can show us what the progress of this Maven package, and it should show success. So I should be able to go back to Garrett and see that I've received some information about the verification of that event. I do see that I have a +1, which means that Zool scheduled our event on Jenkins, and Jenkins verified that the event for building the code was good and gave that back to Zool so that it could let Garrett know that this has been verified. So Jenkins updated our change here with the build information, the links to the logs and the build job, and the value of +1 that the change here has been verified. At this point, I can enter into the change and review this as an actual developer and decide to comment on the change. If I didn't like anything in this change, I could reject the change, and that's under the review button here. This is a very common feature in Garrett. I will approve the change, so I'm gonna give it a +2 and then give it a +1. What should happen next is back on Zool, in the Zool status board, we should see that a new job is being scheduled into Gearman so that Gearman can tell Jenkins to build this job for the next step in our gate, which is a merge gate. Any change that makes it past this gate will now be available to any other developer that was doing a git clone of the PetVet project. So at this point, it's going to build. It's going to use information from previous runs to determine how long that build should take. It'll give us an estimate if it can calculate that. Down here, you can also see some of the events that occur after a build, and we'll see that in stats that are coming from Graphite. It's made it past the gate portion of the build, and now it's moving on to the post portion of the build, which occurs after it's been merged. We can go look again at the Jenkins job and the console output for that. So Zool's a very critical part of all of the Maestro and RedStone Forge in delivering a capability for continuous checking of changes as they're coming into Garrett and verification of changes back into the Garrett system once the builds are done. Zool can also be used to scale your environment to run many Jenkins masters and many Jenkins slaves through the usage of node pool. You can use Gearman on as small of configuration as this blueprint, which runs under 4 nodes, or as large as what the OpenStack folks do, which it runs on 700 to 1,000 nodes. And here we can see the application to see if the name Winlock has been removed, and we can see that it's now back to catalog. Thanks a lot everybody for joining this screencast, and I hope to do a lot more of these in the future. That's it for now, and I'll talk to you soon.